Imagine a world where the very fabric of civilization was torn apart by relentless violence, wars so brutal, so catastrophic, that they left scars on humanity for generations. In this video, we'll explore the most savage conflicts in history and the chilling lessons they hold for us today. Let's start with the 30 Years' War, 1618 to 1648. This conflict didn't just ravage cities, it decimated entire populations. Religious and political tensions led to a war that caused 8 million deaths, reshaping Europe's borders and cultures. What did we learn? The catastrophic cost of religious extremism and the importance of diplomacy in settling disputes. Next up, World War I. The war to end all wars? It left Europe in ruins. Trench warfare, the first use of chemical weapons, and unimaginable losses taught us one thing. Modern warfare, with its industrialized killing machines, is a nightmare humanity should avoid at all costs. And yet, just 2 decades later, history repeated itself. World War II, the bloodiest conflict in human history, stands as a testament to the destructive power of unchecked nationalism, genocide, and the arrogance of empires. 6 million Jews were killed in the Holocaust. Entire cities were wiped out by bombs. The lesson here is clear. We must never allow hate to dictate our future. International cooperation, human rights, and the lessons of the past are crucial to prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again. And then there's the Vietnam War, fought not just on the battlefield but in the hearts and minds of 2 nations. This war devastated Vietnam, the United States, and countless innocent lives in between. The lesson? Intervening in another country's conflict without fully understanding its culture, history, or goals can lead to disastrous consequences. Vietnam is proof that war is not always the answer, and understanding the true nature of conflict is vital. The Mongol conquests led by Genghis Khan were some of the most brutal in history. His empire stretched across Asia and into Europe, leaving a wake of destruction. But despite the bloodshed, the Mongols created one of the largest empires in history, fostering trade, communication, and cultural exchange. What did we learn? Even the most violent forces can reshape the world in ways we may not expect. But that doesn't mean the cost wasn't horrific. And let's not forget the brutal civil wars that have plagued nations throughout history. The American Civil War, for example, forever changed the United States. The brutal clashes, the slavery debates, the tearing apart of families, this war left deep scars that still affect America today. What can we learn? The fight for freedom and equality is worth any cost, but the damage of internal conflict can take generations to heal. Each of these wars came with a heavy price. They left nations devastated, families broken, and societies in ruins. But the lessons they teach us are more important than ever. The true cost of war is something no nation should ever take lightly. And perhaps the most important lesson of all, peace is priceless. So what can we take from these brutal wars? We must recognize the power of diplomacy and avoid the arrogance that leads to unnecessary conflict. We must understand that war never just affects the battlefield, it devastates the lives of ordinary people. And perhaps most importantly, we must remember that history's darkest moments should never be repeated. As we move forward, let's strive to prevent war, to resolve conflicts with dialogue, and to always remember the lessons of history. The cost of war is far too high for us to ignore. Our future depends on it.